Okay, so for those of you who do or do not know me, my name's Lauren. I work with AoC Sport as part of the student leadership programme. So you've seen me at development days, etc. And we have been working behind the scenes with British We Love Yoga to try and bring some opportunities to you guys in your colleges. So I'm really pleased today to welcome Natalie, who I'll let introduce herself in a second. But yeah, first of all, thanks so much for taking the time out just to kind of attend this information session and get a bit more information around yoga and British We Love Yoga and what they do and what they can kind of bring to you guys in the colleges. So I'll pass over to Natalie if you want to introduce yourself and get started.
Oh, it's lovely. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. It's so nice to see so many of you on the call here. So I'm Natalie Linden. I'm the Communications and Engagement Officer for the British School of Yoga. I'm going to just take you through a little presentation, if that's okay, just to show sort of what we are, what we do, how you can access yoga through us. And how we can collaborate with colleges to make it happen in your particular college, depending on your level of interest, obviously. And also just to show what sort of opportunities that we can offer to colleges moving forward. So I'm just going to share my screen. Hopefully the technology, I'm not used to using Teams, so I'm hoping that this will work. So hopefully you'll be able to see. Can everyone see me?
Yep, we can see. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so yes, so we are British School of Yoga. We have been basically an organisation. We're mainly a charity. We were set up in 1965, so we're just about to go into our 60th anniversary year in 2025. So actually, we have a very rich heritage and we're probably the longest serving yoga organisation in the UK. Our main sort of remit is to promote the understanding and safe practice of yoga. And we're very much advocates for the heritage of yoga because we know and recognise that in Western culture it has been kind of a little bit misappropriated perhaps from the Indian tradition. So we are very much trying to bring it back to its cultural roots. We're also a membership organisation, so there's only about 9 members of staff, and we're led by volunteers across, very similar, I think, to AoC Sport. We have regions, and I think you guys have 12 or 9 regions. We've got 11 regions across the UK, and we're also growing internationally as well. We've got pockets in Australia, USA, and across in Europe as well. We have a growing membership. We're kind of a membership organisation, obviously, so we've got 5,000 members currently on board, and we are recognised by Sport England and Wales and Sport Wales as the national governing body, and we champion excellence in yoga education, and we try and ensure that quality standards are met. So we have like accredited training organisations that come on, so any yoga school can join us and we can ratify their training standards and make sure that the standard is met, so that everyone that goes to a yoga class will have a safe experience. That's the plan. So what we offer, obviously, as a training organisation, we have the highest, we do boast the highest standard of yoga teacher training in the UK. We have different, so you've kind of like got a levels of experience. So if you're beginners to yoga, we offer foundation courses, which are 60 hours, so only take about 6 months to complete. And then you move up to teacher training. So we have 300 and 500 hour courses here, and it gives you opportunities to teach. And also we have continuous education, and this can be applicable. It's not just for people that have trained with our organisation. It's teachers from elsewhere, so sports coaches can also join, PE teachers, students. If you're at university or college, you can join these programmes too. And they provide sort of a bit more of a sort of a bite-sized chunk, if you like, of training, so you can sort of find out a little bit more about if you have an interest in neuroscience, for example, you can join. We have a big event coming up about yoga in the brain. We also have training sessions coming up on yoga for sports or yoga for athletes. So if you are a sports coach at a college, this might be applicable to you. And our whole database, if I move to the next slide, is hosted. We have a website, which I'll take you to in a minute, where you can find and you can search for lots of different trainings. You can look for lots of different continuous education pathways. But really, from your perspective, I mean, when we spoke to AoC Sport originally, they're quite keen to sort of get yoga as part of the extracurricular program at colleges. While it's not a competitive sport, so there won't be any leagues for yoga as such, it does provide a really, really good alternative route for those that are more interested in sort of mental health, mental well-being, and also physical activity as well. And we have got advanced sort of embodied anatomy courses, so you can see how yoga, the movements and the postures of yoga contribute to better postural integrity and to strength as well as flexibility too. And it also enhances, I mean, we've got a workshop coming up, which I'll talk about in a minute. It really does enhance your athletic performance. And we're doing a lot of work with FitPro. I don't know if you know FitPro magazine, to help just bring yoga more into that world. So Yoga for Sports is becoming a lot more of a growth route really for people. So in terms of what we can do, we can work with you. We have an online teacher directory. So if you have a college based in Essex or somewhere like that, you can look for local teachers in Essex that you can collaborate with. So rather than coming directly to us, the relationship will be held mainly with the person that you choose. And to find these people, if I just go onto my click here, we have a website that encompasses all, hopefully it's going to work. Yes, here we go, Yoga of Our Teachers. So our website is new. So it is a bit of a bane of our lives at the moment because trying to make it work on multiple levels is quite complicated. So what you can do at the moment is you can search by location. So if you want to find a teacher that's based in the south, for example, just simply select it and then filter, and you can see I come up because I'm a yoga teacher and a yoga therapist as well. And then you can find, if you click into the cards, you can find out where the people are based. So you've got one in Oxfordshire here. The other way to do it, because this is quite a new, it's a very, very new, you can see we've got over 66 people in the south. The other way to do it, a quicker way perhaps for colleges, would be to just contact me directly. And what I'll do is we have a Facebook members group for all our yoga teachers. And they can then, if we pop a little thing saying this college in Essex would like to collaborate with a yoga or an extracurricular yoga program, then we could put you in contact with that person directly, as in we can get that person or the people that are based in Essex to come forward, and we'll give you a list of people that you can approach directly. So that's kind of one way of working. Let me go back to the presentation now. So the other way is that we offer membership, and we are talking with our board of trustees, because we operate with a board of trustees, and they are looking at reduced membership for college students at the moment. So we're hoping to bring it down to £30. It's currently only £42, but the £30, it just covers the expenses with regards to the glossy magazine, which we do every 3 times a year. We also have free access. You get free access to 200 plus resources, which includes online practice sessions. So you can join us to do online, sort of from the comfort of your home, to do some online yoga classes. And they're delivered by people like Donna Fari. Who have we had recently? We've got Donna Noble. So these people you might not know. We're also hoping to have one with Leon Taylor. He's the commentator at the Paris Olympics and former Olympic diver, which is very exciting. We also offer discounts. So if you are new to yoga, for example, and you want to buy some yoga equipment, we have our own shop, which is heavily subsidized. You get deals on lots of different yoga books, clothes, you name it, props, we've got it. Also, the most important factor really is that you join a community. And I've just mentioned that we have sort of 11 regional hubs that we operate through. So you can connect with those hubs. There's via committees. They have lots of different committee meetings. They also host their own regional events. We're at the moment heading towards summer solstice, which is tomorrow, as you know, International Day of Yoga. So we have a network of about, oh gosh, it must be about 8 events happening in the course of the next month. And this is a great way, if you are new to yoga, to come and practice with us for just about £40. That's it for the whole day. So it's actually quite a cheap way of dipping your toe into the yoga world. Further opportunities then, what we're thinking about moving forward is a pathway that makes it more accessible for people that have low income. So perhaps you've just come out of college, you've got your first job or what have you, and it is hard to do the training, because we're talking between £2,000 to £5,000 for a training course, a teacher training course, which goes on for about 2 to 3 years. However, so what we've decided is that there are new level 3 qualifications, which make it a lot more accessible. They're a lot cheaper, and also there's funded places for those people that can't perhaps afford it or isn't accessible to them. So that will be coming into power or into the stream in 2025, the very beginning of 2025. And as mentioned, we are trying to think of getting a reduced membership to about £30, which encompasses all the resources I mentioned, and also would give you subsidised rates for events such as the Yoga for Sports workshop. And this is a kind of a standalone workshop. And I was contacted after we announced the AoC Sport partnership. I was contacted by a good friend at the Yoga Sports Science Institute, and she was really keen. She said, oh, it'd be brilliant to use the Olympics and the buzz around the Paris Olympics to put on an event that about yoga for sports, and showing how yoga sports science bridges the gap between yoga and sports. And obviously Leon Taylor is a huge yoga advocate, and he also does a lot of speaking, and he's trying to do a lot of work with teenagers, particularly to get them interested in yoga and sport. So he will be joining us to lead this workshop. So yeah, I hope this sort of gives you a flavour. I'm just going to stop sharing my I hope this sort of gives you a flavour of the sort of things that we do, and it'd be really, really good to connect with some of you now and find out a little bit more about what you want from us and how we can work together to make it happen.